Queek Teeps! Alright, here's some wildness I wasn't expecting. So, in Act 1, you can get this guy's sword if you hit him with a disarming strike or with command drop. Kind of like you can do with Zulk to get his Everflame Blade. The difference is that this is a legendary sword you're not supposed to get until Act 3, and there's only a 16% chance because the guy has advantage to make a command blast. Well, here we are, a reality where that happened, and I was so excited about this weapon, and also then so terrified because I always forget that these Githyanki, you cannot mess around with them. I wish I had recorded this live because I was freaking out. I was like, alright, I'm gonna make a video showing like, here's what you would do to get this sword. But then it was just like, no, this is what we're doing now. You've made him drop it immediately, and now everyone's pissed. So I'm sneaking up, and I get my extra hit off with these guys. I had positioned myself so everyone was hiding so I could enter this combat on my terms rather than their terms. I mean, and I entered it by making that guy drop his sword, so that's lovely. Now, if you want to get this legendary sword in Act 1, go through like I did. It's tough in honor mode because you can't save scum if you fail on him, but you can always use a Portent Wizard to make him fail to save. Or you could use items to jack up your spell save DC. Me, I just wanted to gamble on this, and then I was going to make the video either way, whether I got him to drop it or not. Happy to see it though. This thing's great because it adds a bunch of damage and helps out with save. It's a fantastic sword. At the end of the day too, it's just a +3 sword. At this point, nailing your attacks is so important that it becomes difficult when you can't. So, the reason I'm starting this little series of... I realized for these hardest fights I need to record my audio live, and I have for some of them, but it's wild because if I lose this honor road, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm gonna be so angry. So I want that to be live and real. This I'm recording now, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was going to possibly lose my honor run here. You'll notice these clips came up in my video on the multi-class build where I was saying that in honor run they really like to take you down even when you are laying down. Even when you're down and out of the fight, they will just wreck you. And this is a prime example. The Githyanki take no quarter. Yeah, there it is. There goes Shadowheart, just out of the fight now because of Action Surge and a million actions. That's our healer. That's our life cleric with all of the stuff. So, oopsie poopsies. At least we're nailing our opportunity attacks. But yeah, I'm going through. This is going to be a series of going through all these big fights that I do that I almost die, and possibly ones I do die. And I won't put in the description if I do die, because that's part of the mystery and part of my history. Here's another one. You can always call out Lump and the other trolls. Now this is excellent because Lump the Enlightened has a item on him, the Warped Headband of Intellect, which will just set your intellect score to 17. It's fantastic. So I usually call them out in combats that I think they might get shredded for, so I don't have to do it. So that's kind of what this was. Here we are trying to take these guys down, but they are just resilient. The half plate that they wear, it's the ones that Karlach is wearing right now too, I believe. But it's just some of the best non-magical armor that you can get in the game. It's a starting AC of 15 plus up to 2 from your dex. Ooh, baby, man, she really is laying into me. So yeah, I'll be recording some of these later ones live. The spoiler alert is that I actually don't die in this one for my tactical honor run. But it's definitely not a given during some of my other fights. It's also that too of the fact that if I... Oh, another shove? Yes! I love the tiny shove into the ladder. Yeah, during my honor run, it would be, oh, I don't know, like 100 times easier if this was a tactician run, because I would be able to record clips and not just have one save for if I die, or if, I don't know, I want to show you actually getting this sword. I was so lucky to get it on my first one. But yeah, since that isn't going to always be the case, and I might overestimate myself and get my ass kicked one of these days, I'm gonna keep recording the big fights live, just so that I have some audio in the background, and maybe I'll parse it out and then re-record over it for other things. Little inside baseball. All right, Shadowheart's dead again, and Gale's down. So all of a sudden, this isn't looking good. Astarion's got, I don't know, the top of his hair's worth of health left, so not the best. Lump and his friends moving through. My computer struggling. That's another thing that I've really noticed recording these clips. I never had illusions that my computer was fantastic. Lord knows the first time I beat this game, I was at my brother-in-law's place too, and he was watching over my shoulder, and he could see that the ending of the game for me was in like the chest parts of all of the players were missing, of all the characters. There were so many, like, water wasn't spawning in for different things, so it was a real ugly end of it, but I was playing on a run and I was too scared that if I exited out I wouldn't get to see the ending or I wouldn't get the achievement, so I just kind of took that. But yeah, no, this has been a real eye-opener for the fact that my computer is not so good and that some of these clips are long and laggy, but luckily this one doesn't have too many crazy things going on with it, so that's nice. But yeah, try and lay down as many conditions onto big bosses as you can, like the lacerate or other stuff. Ooh, we're really not looking so good right now. This is a moment where I was just like, uh-oh. I had this legendary clip where I got this sword that you're not supposed to have till later, but doesn't mean anything if we all die and I lose. So it's nice that we called out our troll friends, but yeah, this is kind of an all hands on deck. Even my bird is trying to play defense and draw some of the aggro away from our downed boys. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna leave this one to the trolls, and goodbye. I love that there are small allies that you can be calling in for these different things. There are trolls in this, during any of the fights that you can do in Act 1. There's also the spiders that you can get in the goblin area. There's the spiders that you can find from the egg. There's so many different like allies or aid things. You can call out your familiars and stuff. It makes you feel like you can actually orchestrate bigger fights than just one party doing something. Yep, just trying desperately to get healing out there so we don't die immediately. Because this person's able to, yeah, easily burst down one troll out of nothing. Yep. And there's the example I used in my other video of they just love to kill downed people. I mean, it's smart. It's just something that's the other difference between, like, if you've played D&D with a DM, this is so different because a DM will likely not counterspell Healing Word. They likely won't go and, you know, wring the neck of someone who's down and choking. But in this game, they have no quarry with doing that. Maybe it's the fact that it's an honor run that everyone's vicious, but I've noticed the Githyanki to be particularly unforgiving with all of this. So now we're starting to get more people up though, and it's turning around our way. Unfortunately, Astarion is actually down, so we will need Revivify to actually bring him up. Since we don't have level 3 yet, we're using the Revivify scrolls that they give everyone. But it's a real dang shame because it takes a whole action to bring him up. But I believe they start with their various actions and you can teleport them somewhere, so that's fantastic. Super glad she doesn't take down Lump. Need him to be holding down the fort for me here. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Right there. Smackety smack. I love these trolls for the fact they have very simple styles. I do love that Lump will occasionally cast Blur on himself, as well as Acid Arrow or Firebolt, because he is Lump the Enlightened. He has a high intelligence. So now, yeah, if we could bring our Astarion back. I'm also playing all this on double speed, partly because I need there to be some edge between, you know, someone playing this on their own and me, and that's the speed here. You're able to grab a whole combat without having to watch. Plus, it's just tough. It's tough to have long videos of these long combats, and it's way easier to just double the speed, and now we've got half the time. Especially when I'm not putting in my own voice over it. Once I'm actually recording some of these live, that will be a whole different story. But for now, you can see I've turned this combat around a bit. But holy business, at the beginning it was not a known quantity. But luckily, when we come out of this, we're going to have the legendary Githyanki sword. In Act 1, pretty dang early, it's super lovely. I'm very glad that we're able to get that, and I totally wasn't expecting it for this playthrough. but I knew that I had to try. It's honor run. Getting any edge like that, I'm fine with. Especially, too, because I played this before, so I like if the game goes a little bit faster. So it's nice for me to be getting a lot of these different features and speeding the game along for recording purposes as well as my own mental purposes. Luckily, the last of this is just kind of cleanup. Now that it's just a, what is this, 7-on-1? I think we've got her. But, oh, I accidentally shot my friend with an arrow because I clicked on something too close to the portrait. But that's just how it goes. Now that the fight's over, though...
Shall we extend our contract?
Someone wants their payment. Which I do not have. So, let's lie to him. Remember, lie, cheat, and steal. That's the Quick Teeps way. Crushed it. He totally gets it.
A fine offer. We are back in business.
We're back, baby.
Sound the horn.
Yeah, I get it. Sound the horn. I love that he doesn't even comment on his absolutely murderized friend Frank. Well, that's just how it goes. More Quick Teeps. We got away with the gold. We got the big, nasty Githyanki sword. Look at this guy. Oh, I'm so excited. This was such a happy moment of the campaign because it means a lot of things will go a lot smoother. Stay tuned for more Quick Teeps. Bye.